There we go. 9:28 in the morning. Good morning, Double R Radio. Look at this. Look what's going on here, man. It's 9:28 in the morning. We got the Lone Star here. We got the Patron Tequila. Chris, dude, you're a bad influence.
People say I got a drinking problem, but I have no problem drinking at all.
Chris, you're a bad influence, dude. You're a bad influence. Look what's going on here, man. We got the beers, we got the tequila, and people are going, y'all just have it there for, just for viewing. You're not going to be drinking, Chris.
Big shout out to my buddy Fabian. Fabian Martinez out there, man.
Good morning. There we are, man. We got a cold beer.
Heck yeah.
Cheers. Que linda cervecita. Good morning, shout out to Maru Flores, also Manuel Reels, good morning.
Here for breakfast.
Patricia Diaz, good morning. Carlos J. Luisa Salazar, good morning. Magdalena Cervantes, good morning. There we go. Ramona Garcia Rodriguez, good morning. Now, Chris Saucedo, you had something on a sad note happen to you just recently. What happened, Chris? You said somebody passed away.
Oh, yes, man. Big shout out. It was to... and let me just make sure I have the name and everything right. But we did.
Sure.
Jonathan Ramirez. He was the New Braunfels Trail Team 6 and Twisted Off-Road over here. We did a lot of events with those Jeep teams, and to help out Jonathan and his battle against cancer. And he was taken, and he's not with us. And so that's why I'm sporting the Twisted Off-Road cap today. As in remembrance and in honor of him, man.
There we go.
So sorry for your loss, guys. I know we tried hard to raise a lot of money to try to help him get past this, but hopefully, he's in a better place, man.
Good morning, shout out to Maria Lopez, also Patricia Diaz, also Xavier Olivares. Chris, also, of course, we lost a Tejano icon, a Conjunto icon, and it's Nick Villadrian.
So
did you ever know the man?
I didn't get a chance to ever meet Nick. I've heard so many great things about him. I know he's a great accordion player. And I've heard so many stories on it. It's such a sad thing to see. These guys, we're just kind of falling off here. And it's, your time comes, man. And I'm a strong believer in, hey, man, only God knows your number. And when you're called, that's it. You can't blame nobody. But I'm real sad to hear about it. I'm sad I didn't get to actually meet and play with him. And makes me want to just get out and make sure I touch base with all these guys while I got the chance to. You know what I mean?
Also, we have Dora Herrera Gray joining us. Dora's brother is Ram Herrera. Dora, hopefully your brother's doing well. We want to see him back, but make sure he's ready to go, right? With Ram Herrera, man.
I'm a good friend of Lisa. Lisa Herrera is a good friend of mine, too, as well. And I haven't gotten to meet Ram, but he was neighbors with one of my other good friends. So, Ram... Hey, well, you got one of my favorite... Matter of fact, I was hoping you'd play a song by Ram, because one of my favorite songs in the whole world is Bartender.
There you go.
So, Ram, best wishes to you, man. And I hope you get well soon. Come back. Let's do a song together, man. I'm in.
No doubt. Y también, Dora, as soon as he gets well, I definitely want him on my morning show. I want to bring him over here. Look what happens. Chris is a bad influence. In 4 years of being on internet radio doing my morning show, I've never... ever had a beer or a shot, and this wouldn't happen if I was working corporate. This is why internet, being your own boss, is a little bit more fun. But anyways, no doubt, Dora, whenever Ram gets better, I definitely would like him to join me on my morning show. Good morning, shout out to Alex Perez as well. Good morning. Also, Grace Rodriguez. Good morning. Now, Chris, let me ask you a question. Like Dwight Yoakam, he's used accordion in some of his country music. Have you ever considered doing that?
Well, that's funny. Leaving San Antonio, we're gonna be redoing a rendition of that, and of course, Flacco's showed up to my shows twice. Thank you, Leonard, for bringing him out too. Once was at Stetson Bar here in town, and then of course my CD release party for the Leaving San Antonio CD. He came in all the way from Kerrville and showed up and performed with us on stage, and so me and Flacco are tight, and I got to grab Flacco, and God, man, I hope nothing does ever happen to him because he's such a great guy. But we're thinking of doing a rendition of Leaving San Antonio
with accordion.
With accordion in it.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I think that would be awesome, dude.
And another guest singer on there too. So
you're gonna keep that a secret for right now.
That's it.
We're gonna figure it out. Good morning, shout out to Abel Martinez, DJ Abel Martinez. I'm in Rebecca Trevino. Buenos dias. If you have a question for Chris Saucedo, send me a message here. through video, or you can send it through Messenger if you have a question for Chris Saucedo, okay? I'm sure he'll answer it for you. That's a good morning shout out going to Sarah Duarte as well. Buenos dias, buenos dias, buenos dias. Now, Chris, let's talk about your struggles in country music. But okay, it's not easy, brother. It's not easy. What you're doing is not easy. No. There's a lot of competition out there.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of great, and I wouldn't say it's competition. There's a lot of good guys coming up.
There's a lot of people.
Everybody's fighting to get up there, and it's not so much a fight. Everybody's got to cut their teeth somewhere, man. I've done it here in town. I've done it locally, and now trying to expand the band out. Trying to get our name out a little bit more. We're finding out that we're spreading the word through radio. A lot of internet radio stations too, and stuff that are pick us up and played us here and there. We're starting to grow a little bit bigger of a fan base, but it's a very tough deal, man. I thank my wife more than anything else, man. I met her at the same time I started getting this band together. You talk about that woman has seen me go from just practicing to one gig a month to now where I'm making a complete living off of it,
Isn't that something?
Supporting a family off of it, and she's just like, I've seen you accomplish so much, It's just it's good things. Yeah, she's seen me through a lot, but I mean, it's this business is tough, man. It could take you down a wrong path real quick, and that's another thing. I'm a believer. I believe in God with all my heart, Lord Almighty, and I think He has a plan for everybody. I think 20 years ago, had I continued my course for music, I'd have went down a wrong path, man. I would have screwed it up, and I would have did something wrong. But I think God said, "Hey, man, we're gonna make you mature." Make you understand a little bit, and now it's a business. It's a business for me.
Sure it is.
Everything's a business. I gotta grow this business the right way, and I feel in the right head now. And it's just, I'm doing the right things. I'm making right decisions. You
know what, Chris? I did an interview with Robert Rivas about 3 weeks ago, and he kind of gave me the same little lowdown to where when he was younger, he was going down the wrong paths, doing stupid things. And he said if it wasn't for music, he'd probably be in jail right now.
So you ain't lying. You ain't lying.
What a distraction, though, right?
It's a great distraction, man. But I've always had something good behind it, man. Whether it be the National Guard or it was I was playing football for a long time too. I played on a 6-man football league here in town, man. Yeah.
Flag football?
No, man.
Oh, regular
We're
football.
talking full pads. Yeah, I tried out for the Dallas Desperados, and I got I don't know what I was thinking, but I'll tell you what. It's funny thing is, I hide the footballs from my son. My son is 1 year old, and he goes out, he picks up the basketball. He was going after the football like crazy, so I just grabbed all the footballs and I just hit him. I don't want him to play football. I am in so much pain right now.
I don't blame you.
I came in here limping.
Yeah, I saw you limping, dude. I said, hey, Chris, the old lady beat you up again?
Yes.
Hey, man. Good morning, shout out to Abel Martinez that says, hey, good morning, Chris. Chris, what was the name of the song that you wrote and sang at Estella's Cafe last week?
That I wrote and sang? I did a few of them. It was either Leaving San Antonio, She Fights Like the Devil, which was just played earlier, or The Best of Me. And that's the one I sang for my wife. It was a slow one. It was probably The Best of Me. That's the first song I've ever written. Yeah, I take a lot of pride in that one. We're going to be redoing that one here soon too.
And that's an awesome song, dude.
Yeah, well, thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's that one. That one itself tells a story, beyond whatever it is. I mean, I was at a point where I wrote that song living in a studio apartment in a rundown apartment complex with the only income that I had coming in was being an umpire, and I was in love with my wife that I just met, and she had her shit together. Should I say? I'm sorry, I can say shit on the internet radio, right?
It's internet radio. You want to cut
she had her
somebody
shit together, and I didn't. And I need to make her believe that I was a fixer-upper, man. That I was gonna do something positive for her. So here we are, man. 8 years and 1 kid later, and we're rocking.
Good morning, shout out going out to Mr. David Farias. There we go, David Farias in the house talking about accordion.
Hey, David! I love David. David was the first guy that ever came up, man. I swear to God, I was sitting at Guadalupe Church Festival, and David says, some guy, That wasn't Tropa F. It was the Hermanos Farias.
There we go, los Hermanos Farias.
We're gonna play next, and the guy comes and taps me and says, "Hey, David wants to know if he can come and jam." I said, "Farias, Tropa F, David?" He says, "Yeah, hell yeah, he can come up and play." So,
David Farias, but I gotta kick out to David because he's one of the biggest Cowboy fans out there, and every time I talk to him, I tell him, Los Cowboys! He goes, Los Cowboys, Robert! He's a big Dallas Cowboy fan. Good morning, David. Gotta get you on the morning show, brother. Good morning, shout out to Santana, Perez Jr., good morning, Becky Lopez, good morning, my daughter, Jeanette Rivas. My daughter goes, hi, Robert.
Better call him Dad.
Good morning, shout out to Desi Betancourt Garcia. There we go, Chicago in the house. There we go, Chicago. And now, Chris, we all know you play here locally. What are some of the clubs that they can always catch you at here in San Antonio?
Well, we play at Thirsty Horse Saloon is a big place that we play at. There's also 151 Saloon, and also Cooter Brown Saloon.
There we go.
But every Wednesday, if you want to catch a good show, every Wednesday night for the past 3 years, I got to give them a big shout out to I-10 Ice House for having us every Wednesday. Past 3 years, Renee Vela.
I-10 Wurzbach?
I-10 and Wurzbach, yes.
There we go.
Yes, Robert, right next to All Stars.
Woohoo!
Right.
Actually, every Tuesday at All Stars is 2 for 1.
There you go.
Tuesday,
I didn't even know that. 2 for 1.
You know what I'm talking about.
On every Wednesdays, you can come out there and catch us from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock.
There we go. Alex Pena says, hey, talk about the 5-star band and how you started. Cool story.
That is a cool story. You know the 5-star band. You know Renee.
Okay, yes.
Renee and those guys.
How did...
My friend Alex, Alex is my best friend, okay? I've been my best friend since high school. He's the guy that got me singing. How about Alex? How about I talk about how you failed and couldn't perform in the in the talent show at school? And I had to sing a song that you wrote, and all I wanted to do was dance.
You see what happens, dude, when the liquor kicks in, and then we're starting to get rowdy here, man.
He did, but he got the 5-star band to sing at his wedding, and I got to sing with the 5-star first. That was the first time. That's the first time I had sang with the band.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so he was responsible for that. But Alex had written a song in high school for a talent show, and we were a dance crew, and he wanted, I'm going to sing this song that I did. So we got both acts in there, and when he failed, I was like, okay, well, we'll drop the singing act. And he's like, no, you're going to sing it. And that video is out there somewhere, which is not to be shown to anybody. My mom's, I told my mom I would be disowned, and if she ever brought that video out anywhere.
Good morning, shout out to Steve Ruiz of La Venganza Band, and I was also Ben Ozuna. Good morning. Now, Chris, I can only imagine, dude, Chris Saucedo, okay, and people hear your name, and the people that don't know you, how many times do you get asked to sing a Tejano song, dude?
Oh.
Never ending, right?
All the time, man. All the time, so much that sometimes I'm like, man, maybe I should just do one. But I don't know Spanish, so it's hard for me, and it's just,
Chris, you're doing nothing wrong. You sing country western. You're a western singer. What's it called? What's it called now?
Texas music. I like to say, actually, I like to call it Texas rock and roll, because let's just get down
there we go, because you got a little guitar in there and stuff like that.
Guitar in there.
But like I said, and that's what you do. You got to stick to your guns. You do what you do. Hey, man, and if you feel uncomfortable singing a Tejano song because of your lyrics, better not to do it than to try it and really screw up.
That's what I would hate to do more than anything, because I enjoy it. I just haven't gotten, and I think it'll call at me sooner or later. I like a lot of ranchero music, like a lot of mariachi and stuff like that. So, you may hear me do one of those, at some point or another. But actually, a full Tejano song, I don't think so. But I think I may. Man, you played Emilio, man, earlier.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
I was listening while I was hauling. While I was doing 90 down 410 to get over here, I heard you play the end of the road, man. End of the world.
It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world, and
it's an awesome song.
Emilio died a month before I was supposed to sing in a wedding with him.
Wow, how sad is that?
I was supposed to do a wedding. We're supposed to open for Emilio. Ended up too that I met a great guy too, Gary Hobbs. Who Gary, if you're out there, I'm still working on that song that you asked me to write for you. So
Eagle Pass.
Yeah, Eagle Pass, Texas.
Eagle Pass.
Gary Hobbs. Which Gary Hobbs is a great.
There we go. Good morning. Shout out. Good out to Dolores Rivas Fernandez. Also, Mr. Jeffrey Charles in the house. Good morning, Jeffrey. Yeah, we got Jeffrey Charles.
Jeffrey, you're out there, Jeff. Dude, me and Jeffrey are good buddies, man. I love Jeffrey.
Jeffrey's awesome, dude.
Hey, how's Dallas, man? Enjoy it for me, man. Get some good pictures out there.
Jeffrey's keeping busy. Jeffrey has he's come to bat for me at a couple of my events, and just simply an awesome entertainer. Love his music.
Dude,
he performed at one of my events with Augie Myers. Was it my? Can you imagine having Jeffrey Charles there and Augie Myers there as well?
Jeffrey's a real deal, man. He's man. Love you, buddy. Glad you're on.
Check this out, Jeffrey. Get Chris Saucedo over here. He brings the beer, brings the tequila, dude.
I called his bluff, is what it was. He didn't think I was. He's like, yeah, we're gonna have a beer with Chris Saucedo. I was like, no. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Be careful what you wish for. Good morning, shout out, going out to Veronica M. Rivas, también Mr. Chuck Williams, Houston, Texas, in the house. He attended my 4-year anniversary celebration last weekend at the Martini Bar. Good morning, Chuck. Chuck was one of my sponsors.
Man. Right.
Can you imagine this, dude? People that came in from Houston, they came in from Dallas, they came in from Mississippi to join me and help me celebrate 4 years of being on internet radio. My listeners drove in.
Jaime missed the paying gig
because of that, Robert.
He said, Chris, he said, no, I don't like to give up money, but it's Robert, man. And I said, man, if I could do it, I would do it
and
too.
I know that, Chris. Dude, you've come through for me too, dude. And I know that but like I said, for people like I'm very, very blessed to have listeners like this that take the drive in.
Oh man, you got a good radio station. You know, you take care of a lot of us locals, man, and it's a good thing. And I'd love to introduce you to a lot more of my buddies, man. Chris Salinas and the Wild Grass Band. Chris Salinas has done some great things. We were neighbors at one time. He's got a great band that's up and coming. Jerry De Leon, I mentioned earlier, very good friend of mine. And then there's quite a few more, man. Isaac Jacob. I bring in some bunch of guys that are great around here.
Good morning, shout out to Maravilla's own Joe Gutierrez. Good morning, Joe. Also, Lydia Espinosa. Good morning, Steve Rat Silvas. Buenos dias, Veronica M. Rivas. Chuck Williams says, good, Robert. There we go. Jeffrey Charles says, Robert and Chris, two awesome guys. There we go, man. I'll give you
That's a good morning show. Two awesome guys.
Hey, Jeffrey, you need to stop by and do my morning show, amigo. Let me know when you got some time. Come on by and we'll do the morning show. And try not to be as persuasive as my buddy here, Chris, man, with the liquor and stuff like that. Please.
Hey, and to my babysitter, Roxy. I see that you're listening to, Roxy. Love you. Thank you for picking me on so early this morning.
I told Chris, what do you want to hear next? Chris, he goes, play that disco song, Freak Out. No problem.
For my mama.
Good morning, Double R Radio. There we go. We're still live right here, Chris. So look, we can see some good mornings and stuff. Mr. Jeffrey Charles. Amigo, be sure to give me a call, send me a message. Let me know when you can come on the morning show. We'll talk about what's going on with you, where you're playing at, where you're going to be at next. And have you guys ever played together?
We've done some benefits and stuff like that, and I used to hire out to do a lot of acoustic stuff, and I'd always call Jeff, and man, he'd always come through for me, and people enjoyed him very much. So Jeff, we do got to get together, Jeffrey, man, and do a show or something soon, man. We're overdue.
Have you ever crossed George Strait? Anybody like that? Alan Jackson? Any one of your events where you crossed them and maybe had a conversation with?
But I met a Jorge Derecho down at the flea market.
Jorge Derecho. Right.
So I got the flea market version.
Mr. Jorge Derecho. You know, Chris, but really, Chris, now, we're off the air, but we're live on Facebook right now. Now, let me ask you this. If you were to sing a Tejano song, if you would try to sing one song, if you would just try, that you think, maybe I can get away with it, what would it be?
Wow.
One song.
One song.
What Tejano song, Chris, could you possibly, maybe try and do?
Man, it would be probably, and honestly, it's probably the one I only know most of the words. It'd be Emilio, man. Como le?
Could you nail it?
That's, huh?
Could you do it?
I think I might be able to pull that one off, because the one that sticks out in my head the most, I guess, you know. I mean, I've always loved that song.
Now check this out. Good morning, shout out. There we go. Jeffrey Charles says, I'll bring breakfast tacos for you, Robert, and Chris next time. There we go. Good morning, shout out. Going to Veta Mares también, Mr. Jeffrey Charles. Now, off the radio, we're live. Let's give these fans a treat that we're live on video.
Sure.
Can you do a little como le haré?
I wouldn't be able to pull it off right now live, no.
Como le haré?
Como le haré? I don't know the rest of the song. But I can do the dance. There you go.
I thought you were having an epileptic attack. Anyway, Josh Vasquez says, Cowgirls, go Texans. Wow.
Oh, the battle begins.
We got us a troublemaker.
You know, I was out playing golf yesterday for this big benefit for Mr. Buenteo, the Marine that lost his life. And we did this big golf tournament. I ran into this buddy of mine, Albert, out there. Albert, there's no team in the NFL that I hate more than the Philadelphia Eagles. I cannot stand the Philadelphia Eagles. Albert is a big Philadelphia Eagle fan, and I swear to you, this is the goddamn honest truth. If you talk to Albert Serta, he would tell you, Chris deletes me in August and then adds me in February as a friend on Facebook. And I do it on purpose because I can't stand the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's a big ongoing joke, but for the past 2-3 years, I just delete him. As soon as he puts up I see that damn Eagle thing, I just delete him. And he knows, you already deleted me, didn't you? I said, I sure did.
Good morning, shout out, good after. There we go. Sarah Duarte, also Sonia Cáceres. Good morning, Juanita. Janie Diaz. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Anyways, we are live on Facebook, but on radio, we're not. We're getting ready to go live here in about a minute. We're going to go back live again on radio. No doubt. This is the beauty of being off the radio, behind the scenes, and talking to Chris Saucedo.
Oh, man, that's cool.
Now, dude, I can only imagine, and I know you're married. I know you got a kid, so I'm gonna help you out. All these women that you need to turn down. Just send them to Papa right over here, and I'll sing to them. Como le haré?
You sing anything they want them to, huh?
I'll sing them.
Gotta help them hit those high notes, bro.
That's why I stay off the stage. Bro. I don't even think about it. How was your golf game yesterday? I know you played some golf.
Oh man, I played the worst game of golf that ever is known to man. But hey, you know what? I had a great team backing me up, and as long as we used their hits, we were fine. We were fine.
You know, Chris, the last time I played golf, it was terrible. The best 2 balls I hit was when I stepped on a rake.
Boom, boom.
What do you call 100 men chasing a black guy?
Okay.
Golf. Tiger Woods.
Oh man.
Ba-doom, boom, boom. I tell you what.
We need to bring the hook out.
We're going to go live right now. Let's go back live on the radio. There we go. We're back live on RR Radio, RR Internet Radio. We're here with Chris Saucedo. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, guys.
We've been talking some smack off the radio live on Facebook right now, man. And I got to tell you, good morning, shout out to Mr. Richard Garcia. También Dolores Rivas Fernandez says, just shared your video. Let them know you appreciate it. That's right. Thank you so very much. Anyways, Chris.
That's true.
You know what, dude? I can't think of a better time than right now. Let's take our shot. Let's
Absolutely.
back it up. Let's do it. I'll probably take 2 sips of this, but I'm going to do it.
Oh, no, you're going to drink the whole thing.
No, I'm going to take a sip. Salute to Chris Saucedo, to the listeners,
Actually,
to people.
to you guys out there that are
go.
listening and that support the music locally and around here and have been behind us and enjoy this, the radio station that Robert Rivas provided for us. And
there we go.
You know, thank you so much.
Don't expect me to be doing this every morning, Joe, because there's no way I'm going to handle it.
So you better watch out when you invite me over here again.
Salute, brother.
I don't know how to do a sip.
The old chaser. There we go. Now, Chris. Now, we're live on the radio.
My mom was listening, so she heard.
Mom's listening.
Freak out.
Mom's listening. There we go. Mom's listening. Good morning, Mom. Good morning, Mom. Chris Saucedo's mom joining us right now. Is listening and going, there's Migo. There's Migo right there. Migo.
You know, it's a funny joke when we're sitting sometimes. We're talking about when you only sing it for 10 people or a little bit in the crowd.
Sure.
And it's so funny. We'll be out there doing acoustic or something. And there'll be one woman or somebody, one person in the crowd that claps after we're done. And me and Sean will go, hey, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom, for showing up. I mean, that's always the person that always, my meal.
Have you ever had, that you can remember right now, an embarrassing moment? Something embarrassing, man. It was so embarrassing, Robert. Something that embarrassed you on stage, something you did. Man. I think everybody does something silly. Can you remember one thing that you said, man, Robert?
On stage?
Yes.
On stage, because I've done a lot of embarrassing things.
Can you remember one offhand right now that you said, man, Robert, this was so embarrassing?
What did I do on stage that was so embarrassing? There's a lot of them there, but I can tell you about one embarrassing moment that stands out in my life that wasn't on stage. And on stage is tough because I do a lot of embarrassing things sometimes, and I drink a lot. I used to drink a lot more on stage, and I did a lot of embarrassing things back then. But since my mom's listening, I'll tell you an embarrassing story. I was playing football in high school, right? My freshman year, and we used to always have somebody record the games. Somebody would always record, the videos, so we'd have video watch on Saturday mornings or Saturday after our games, and we'd watch our video. And we brought the video in, and all you can hear is my mom screaming, cheering us on. They're like, geez, Coach, we're watching the video. They go, geez, whose mom is that? I'm like, it's mine.
Be quiet, Mom.
Yeah, I'm like, Mom, everybody knows who you are already.
Cut it. Good morning, shout out going out to Richard Garcia, also Mr. Gary Tolhurst of Extreme Auto Toys right here on Perm Battle Road. Joey Rodriguez, manager of David Lee Garza y Los Musicales.
Joey! Hey, Joey.
Go!
Me and Joey used to share breakfast.
Really?
Yeah, we'd go to Stella's Cafe, which is Stella's. Thank you, Stella, so much for supporting us and everything else, too. Love Jessica and Alex over there. We'd go to the same restaurant all the time. So we'd end up meeting there, so we'd have breakfast together. So then I'd pay for him. And he'd be like, oh, you got me? Okay. So the next time I'd be in there, I'd go in there, and, hey, Joey already picked up your tab ahead of time. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to pay for Joey's next time. So we'd go in there, and we'd be, it went on for a little while there. But, I think we broke even finally. But Joey, man, what's up?
I have known Joey a long time, since the T-Town days when he used to manage David Lee Garza y Los Musicales back in the T-Town years. How funny, man. And he's still with them. You don't find that too often where a manager is still with the band after 90. We'll go with 8. I'll go with 91, 2001, 2000. 25 years, man. 26 years with David Lee Garza y Los Musicales.
We had a big argument, me and Jaime, because you know Jaime real well. You play Jaime's music, and Jaime goes, "So who you actually think is the best?" And I don't mean to offend nobody or whatever, but I love Emilio Nevada, and to me, I think he did a lot for Tejano, because if you ask anybody about Tejano, he's gonna be the one that stands out the most. I was like, oh man, I thought Emilio was the king of Tejano. And like I said, I'm not offending nobody. I love everybody's music. I think everybody's great, but he did a lot. And they said, wow, you're leaving out David. I said, no. Hold on. I said, David's a godfather. I said, you can't become a king without going through the Godfather. And Emilio used to sing for the Godfather of,
Chris, I just
David's the best, though, man.
I just spoke about this yesterday when actually Sunday afternoon when I was doing the Cruising Classic show with, we're talking about Nick Villarreal, and I was saying, in these times, we need to appreciate our icons, the people that we have out there, because, especially the older icons, because you never know. I mean, in today's world, you never know if that's going to be their last concert, their last appearance, and that's why you need to support these people, these singers that are out there doing their best to perform for you, man, because then, they're gone, something happens, then you go, man, I should have seen them one more time, and it's tough.
I tell you, man, there's nothing more I cherish that I cherish more than that those times and those moments and those pictures that I have performing with Flaco, man. I'm like, man, my grandfather loved Flaco Jimenez, and to be able to do that, and I have that now, it was an accomplishment for me. But having David Frias come out, we're big fans of Tropa F and his family. I grew up in the 90s, when Tejano music was at its best. I was in basic training when Selena died, I used to follow her around like anywhere Selena was in San Antonio, you can bet I was there. But all of it in general, man, I was out there. I don't sing Tejano. I can dance the hell out of it, though.
Brother, that's what's in your heart.
Yeah, but those guys all out there, even though I don't sing it or anything, they all paved the way for us. I may be a country singer. Mario Flores has done so much, in our thing. he was once the Hano, singer. He sang. He's one of the big, McCullum High School guys. But all these guys that he's come across, I mean, I'm like, man, all these guys. They all paved the way because they all set the standard for us Hispanics that are coming up. Good morning. This kind of music.
That's right. Good morning. Shout out to Veta Maris, también Dora Peña Rodriguez. Good morning. Joining us from, I think you're in Austin, San Marcos, something like that. Good morning, ladies. Dude, speaking, let's go to my question of the day. Let's have a little fun here. Well, we're having fun already, but let's have some more fun.
Heard your question.
We're talking about fireflies. Dude, when you were a kid, were you a kid that would get that firefly and smear his ass on your shirt?
I did. and when you mentioned that, I started laughing. I did. And we used to go out and catch them. So when my daughter who's 20, my daughter's going to be 20 years old this month in August. My daughter was young. I showed her about, we used to go out and chase fireflies too. And then I grabbed one of them one time because I thought it was just the coolest thing in the world back when I was a kid. And we had all these fireflies in the jar. I said, look, Mija, we could do this. And I grabbed it and I smeared it on my shirt. And she says, no!
Don't kill him!
You killed it! And I was like, oh crap, I didn't realize that was going to affect you that way. So after that, I don't kill them. We just keep them in a jar. And we let them light up the jar, real well. But that was our thing, My daughter said, "No, Dad, we're not killing fireflies."
Dude, speaking of flying objects, my dad had a taco place. I was raised in a taqueria. Okay, he had a taco place I'm gonna go from 1968 all the way to about 77, 78. Mind you, it was a small little place,
right?
But it was a moneymaker. It was a moneymaker, dude. The breakfast tacos were 35 cents back in the day. The Mexican plate, enchilada plates were $1.35. He had a brand new Cadillac every year. But let me tell you what one of the kickers was. He had 3 employees. I had 3 brothers, 4 sisters, and we could ask him, Dad.
Hey, it wasn't free. You had shirt on your back, you had food, right? Hey, you were getting paid.
And that's what he would say. But let me tell you, dude, one thing that I'll never forget, that we used to have roaches in that place. Now, it's one thing to have roaches, dude. But it's another thing when you have flying roaches. The big ones, the 747s. You know what I mean? Those that are flying, dude. I mean, dude, it was sad, dude. People be eating tacos, they'd be flying. My dad be out there with the fly swatter. With flying roaches, dude. They were flying all over the place, man.
Robert, I was so poor one time, man. I was living in this little place, right? It was like a garage that was turned into another room. And I tell you what, I'm not afraid of shit. Flying roach, I will scream like a little girl. I'm inside the shower, which the people that lived inside the house were like, they had roach. They didn't take care of the place.
1 second. Yes, Good morning. Shout out to Julian Olivares from Saginaw, Michigan.
Michigan.
Michigan. There we go.
So I
was going to say Wolverines. It's not Wolverines, is it?
Yes, it is the Wolverines.
Michigan Wolverines?
State Wolverines, man.
What's that movie? Red Dawn?
Red Dawn.
Wolverines.
One of my favorites. So anyway, that little small place, I'm taking a shower, flying roach crawls up against the water coming down. He's crawling up and out of the drain. Boy, you ain't never seen a naked man just fly out of that bathroom so fast.
So bugs bother you?
I don't like roaches. They scared me. Anything that can survive a nuclear blast scares me.
Dude, I'm not talking about insects or anything, but Rudy Salas, have you ever heard of a band called Tierra from East LA?
Oh, you're kidding me.
Well, when they came the last time, I always get together with them for beer.
Together, baby.
He shared a story because they stay at that.
Together, baby.
They stay at that hotel that's haunted. Downtown, what's the...
Angie, and what's it called?
What's that haunted hotel?
All of them are haunted.
Well, they stayed at one, and check this out. They say that there's a ghost, a male ghost, that goes around from room to room making noises. Well, he said that one of his guys one time, he started yelling and screaming at 3 a.m, and all the guys came, hey, what's the matter, man, what's the matter? The ghost was in here. He goes, what do you mean the ghost was in here? He goes, the ghost was in here, and he was going underneath my sheets, and he was trying to pull off my underwear. I said, oh, that's a gay ghost. I said, you got a gay ghost. I told him, maybe if you would have turned over, you would have given him some blueberry pie.
No, God dang it.
No. All right, man. Hey, I'm going to give it a try. Good morning, shout out going up to my partner, Mr. Daniel De La Cruz.
Daniel.
Converse, Texas in the house.
All right, man.
There we go. He told me, now you played in Converse once in a while, ¿verdad?
Oh, yeah. I've played in Converse.
What is the bar out there, Chris?
In Converse, Texas. Let's see, what has been out there? Actually, I may have, well, not Converse, but Shirts, which is their brother and sister right there. They're right next to each other. But
sure.
When I first started, I played at the VFW out in Shirts, man.
Did you? But there's a club out there, too. What is that? Isn't there a bar out there?
Well, there's just that VFW. I don't know if there's any bars or clubs now, but
I mean, there was a bar that you would.
I was at that VFW for a year, and that was the first time. You know, that was my first gig. Was the VFW that was out there, Shirts Converse in that area. But I played at. I played out at. I don't know if it's Converse. I think it's more Universal City, but I played out at the. What's the name of that place? Hooligans is out there.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hooligans.
I know you've been out there. Did you've traveled?
And I played at Blue Bonnet, which I love. That's almost around Converse.
The
but,
Blue Bonnet. What about that place that was out there, the Farmer's Daughter, on WW White Road?
Ooh, I never got to play there.
You never got to play there?
No. But yeah, I've been around that area a little bit, but I just never quite. I don't know if it's actual. No, it hasn't actually been Converse. Oh wait, there is a bar that's right there up the street from the high school.
There you go. That's
I cannot remember it to save my life.
There we go. Good morning, shout out. Good afternoon. Hey, Villanueva. Good morning. Not even if they're upside down. See, this one mess with roaches. Frank and Beth Kilo. Oh, what did I said that right? Kilo. Killough. Kilo. There we go. Hopefully, I mean, Steve Luis says the Emily Morgan Hotel.
Emily
That's the one we're talking
Morgan.
about. They have a gay ghost.
I knew it was named after some white girl. I couldn't remember what
They have a gay ghost, and no wonder. It makes sense now. You know why? Because at the Emily Morgan, they have a Peter Piper pizza.
Peter Piper, huh? Boom.
I'm striking out with you, man. By the way, the other day, actually last year at the rodeo, I ran into a man with a cowboy hat.
No, not at the rodeo.
Smoking weed. And drinking wine.
It must have been Willie.
You know what I called him? A wine stone cowboy.
Boom.
Chris, thanks for joining me, Chris. Get the hell out of here.
Right.
I tell you what, Chris, we got a song going. Let's do it, man. Chris Saucedo Band, leaving San Antonio. Good morning.
Beautiful.
There we go. We're off the air, but we're live on Facebook right now. We're still going at it. Steve Luis says the Emily Morgan. There we go.
That was the Emily
Are we having
Morgan,
fun, Chris?
Man. Dude, I'm having a great time. This is exactly what I wanted it to be. You know what I mean? I told Jaime the other day. He says, "Hey," because Jaime is my bass player. Jaime Solis, man, and he's one of my closest friends. And you know, in the years that we've come, he's like, "Chris, I've been in your band longer than I've been in any other band." And I said, "Yeah, I know, Jaime." I said, it's because we're like brothers. But Jaime and I were talking, man, about being on here.
How did y'all meet, Chris? How did you and Jaime Solis meet?
He actually friended me on Facebook, man, and he goes, you know, his exact words. I'm going to tell you how me and Jaime met. Jaime inboxed me and says, "Hey, man, I like your sound. I think I can bring something to the band. If you want to jam, let me know." And I was like, well, that's pretty forward, you know?
Yeah.
I had a bass player at the time, and I was like, okay, well, we did do we did an audition with him, and I liked the way he sang. I liked the way he sang backups and everything else. And I was like, man,
he's a cool guy, man. Jaime's a cool guy.
I was like, and I liked the way he played the bass licks on all the songs, and the guys in the band, though, because none of them are here anymore. Jaime, I can tell the true story. The guys in the band were just like, at first, I had a drummer named Eric, and Eric was like, he's pretty damn good, you know, I like the way he sounded. Chris Baker was like, no, man, I don't think that's the way we go, but Chris Baker's old school, he likes the old school country. So we came out a second time with Jaime. Jaime totally bombed that shit, man. Mm-hmm. He totally sucked. And I was just like, what? And he knows he did too. And we were just like, what the hell happened? Well, what happened was the bass player I had ended up quitting dry. And there was no other bass players around anyway. And we could have gotten a couple of fill-ins, you know, here and there and stuff. And I just told the guys, hey guys, I'm going to call that guy Jaime. And the guitar player at the time says, not Jaime.
Okay, gotcha. Pobre Jaime.
And I said, no, man, I'm calling Jaime, dude. I said, because I felt it in my heart. That's where I'm going. And I pulled him in, man, and he's been with me ever since. And when I pulled him in, he was at a low, and I dragged him out of a freaking,
Chris,
at a low part. But I mean, you know what? Like I said, God has a calling for everybody. He was praying for something, I was praying for something else, and he put it all together. Jaime now owns my dog, my weenie dog, which I love, and we want, we would love her to have her back, but if we can't, it's fine. I put her in a good place. But Jaime's been one of my closest friends. In a matter of 2 or 3 years, he's become one of my best friends.
He told me that dog it lacked vitamins like iron, and now he's an armored wiener. Armored wiener. Now that dog, that wiener dog,
yeah.
He had a really tall heel. They call him the footlong, the wiener dog. They call me that too.
Hey, we're not going to do this to you no more on your morning show.
They call me that too, but we're not going to go there. Hey, Robert, no more for you, dude.
No, yes. But Jaime, man, God bless you.
Poor dog. You say, Machado, poor dog.
One little Haley girl.
Good morning, Charo. Gracias, Silvia. Ars Rodriguez, también. Linda Marquez.
Sylvia!
There we go.
My stepmother. So, hi, Sylvia.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. Chris Saucedo here. We're live on Facebook. We're off the air, but the radio station's kicking ass. We're playing music, but we're live on Facebook right now.
Yes, we are.
Thank you for joining me, dude.
No, man, I've been looking forward to it, man. I you mentioned it that one time, and I got a million things going on because, of course, I manage, I promote, I do everything for my own band and stuff.
Of course you do.
And right now, we get so caught up in a lot of things. Right now, I'm focusing on a gig that we're trying to do in Nebraska. I committed to a wedding up there, and if I can't get some gigs going up that way or some transportation in line, because it was my first gig booking out of state. So, of course, I underbid the bit by, I don't know what. But still, I'm like, now I'm trying to put everything together before I let these people down. But I'm going to try to find a way to make it work because I like to travel. I know my guys hate it sometimes. I love to travel. And I like the fact that I'm getting to see the place, out of state. And I'm not, in some, army barrack. And I'm not, it's not under business terms of some kind of corporate thing,
Let me ask you this, Chris. Yeah. You being in the music business, Texas music.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we'll go with movies. Country movies. What are your favorite country movies that you like, that you've seen, that you really like? The soundtrack, the story in itself. What grabs you?
The soundtrack and the story.
Or even the movie itself, the story in itself. Like, I'll give you an example. Walk the Line. How did you feel about that movie about Johnny Cash?
Oh, I thought, man, that was a great movie.
Did you like it?
That was a good movie. Even better was Walk Hard.
Patsy Cline?
I haven't seen Patsy Cline.
Really?
I haven't.
Wow.
Dude, I'm Mexican, bro. I watched La Bamba, and that inspired me.
Hey!
Richie Valens, man. I mean, that's.
Mexicano too. The other day, my neighbor's dog, they got a Chihuahua,
yeah.
It bit me, and I said, "Ay, Chihuahua."
Chihuahua.
I appreciate that, Chris. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh no matter what, because I love you. I'm gonna laugh. I'm just gonna laugh.
I appreciate that, Chris. See, my listeners, they're used to it. They're used to the jokes. Another silly joke. Robert. Let's see here. Good morning. Shout out to Dolores Rivas Fernandez. What is it? Ya no le vendan. Ya no te vendan, por favor. Yvette Charo says, so through travel agent, let them know it's a business travel. Go through a travel agency and let them know it's a business travel. That's what that says. That might help you out.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
Now, are you going to be driving?
If you could, inbox me at Chris Saucedo Band. I mean, if anybody's got some, I'm still trying to work my stuff up and trying to get a lot of things together. So if anybody's got some helpful tips that can help me out, please inbox me at the band page.
She says it's cheaper, Chris.
Yeah.
Okay, so she says it's cheaper and we're good to go.
I'm gonna look on and find your comment on there.
There we go. Chris, I one thing, we're not closing out just yet, but I definitely want to thank you, man. You've got a very busy schedule. I know you do, not only with your music, but what you got going on with your family, your baby, your 1-year-old baby as well. 1 year old?
Yeah, my little boy, yes.
1 year old?
1 year old.
Wow,
he's 1 year and gonna be 1 year 2 months.
It's been wow, and it flies, doesn't it?
Oh, it does, man. It does. You know what's cool is last night we did the missions game, right? And before my wife had the baby, we have a picture with the jalapeno. My wife had this big old belly.
The jalapeno.
Yeah, she had the jalapeno there, but when my wife was pregnant. So last night we got to go take a picture with them with the actual baby. So now I'm gonna be posting it up pretty soon, where I have the pregnant one and us with the baby, both with the jalapeno.
That's cool, man.
Man, the missions mean a lot to me, man. I'm a San Antonian, so I mean, from the Dodgers, when they were the San Antonio Dodgers, all the way to the missions, they're a big part of San Antonio, man. I don't care what anybody says. That's a big part of San Antonio. They had a big list on the outside that gave all the list of the players that have been to the majors out of the missions and Dodgers, and I was just like, wow, I watched Oral Hershiser play at BJ Keefe. I was like,
Chris, one thing that I can appreciate about going to a baseball game is that you never see any flies. But you know why? There's too many fans.
There you go. Robert, they're getting better. They're getting better.
I used to have a gong, but it wore out.
If you would have taken you did take the whole shot. Oh, shit.
No, that's gone, dude. Anyway, it's gone, brother. Anyways, I tell you what, we are here with Chris Saucedo. We're getting ready to go live on the radio segment, the last one here. But I tell you what, man, we're kicking butt right now. I want to thank everybody for joining us on Facebook. There we go, and we're getting ready to go live one more time. And here we go. Double R Radio, Tejano, and much more. We are here with Chris Saucedo Tuesday morning. And I sure am glad, dude, I'm not nursing a hangover, dude, because I'd be in deep trouble for what you're doing, dude. And that's going to be the last shot for me, dude. That's going to be the last one for me, brother.
That's the last one for me.
This guy's trying to get me drunk here, man, and I'm running out of battery on my phone.
Plug it in, Robert. Buy a charger.
My prom date told me the same thing. Plug it in. Buy a charger, but we're not going to go there right now. Anyways.
Hey, if she's telling you to buy a charger, then you were having some trouble at a young age.
I'm in deep trouble. I was telling people that it came out on the news that a midget bought Viagra times 10. 10 times the power, a midget it. As soon as he took it, he exploded. And that was the end of that, man. So,
well, we don't take 10 of them then. That's all I can say.
Can you imagine, dude, is that a Viagra times 10?
Luckily for me, I haven't experienced the Viagra yet. I haven't needed it.
One guy, you know what, dude, one time I was doing an event, and I said, okay, guys, I've got a question for y'all. Be honest. How many guys out there are impotent? Not one person raised his arm. And I said, can't get your arms up either. Can't get your hands up either. I mean,
hey,
they're not. No one is going to.
Let me just let you know, Robert, that I'm very impotent.
I got you. Don't ever try to steal my stolen jokes. I tell you what, Chris, we're going to go and close out the show. Amigo, any words to your fans out there? Anything? Let's talk about where you're playing at next. Let's talk about the plan for Chris Saucedo, your next CD. Let's talk about what's going on with you today and what's going to be happening tomorrow.
That's awesome.
What's going on today?
The band has taken many turns. We've got a whole new band now. We've got some great musicians with me. I'm actually working with a two-time Grammy Award winner, Don Sowersby. He's on the steel guitar with us now.
Awesome.
And he's got Grammys with Little Joe and La Familia, and also with I believe it was one of the country bands, either Johnny Bush or Johnny Rodriguez, one or the other. But he doesn't like to talk about that one so much as he likes to talk about the one with Little Joe. I got a great music director right now by the name of Sean Sankey. He's my drummer. He's my acoustic player. And he and I come really close. He went to Marshall High School as I went to Taft, so we're in the same. We're from the same area. Sean's great, and he understands me, and he likes the products that I put out. He likes the stuff I wrote, and he kind of sees where I'm going. He and I've been writing. I've got some great songs that I've put together. So I've got some songs that I've written that we're getting ready to put out. This CD hopefully should be coming out by February, March of next year.
That's awesome, dude.
Okay,
it's a lot of work, man.
I haven't titled it yet because I'm not sure which song I want to title it on. There will be some remakes from the first CD, not all of them, but just maybe a couple of them that I wanted to remake. I may have some songs from the outside. I've been looking at some songs by Billy O'Rourke.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a Christmas song in there?
There is a possible Christmas song.
You need one.
Single.
You need one.
Single.
You need one.
That was, you know.
Trust me. Me being a promoter.
Yeah.
I know my stuff in this. Every artist needs at least one Christmas song.
Oh,
It
yeah.
doesn't have to be original, but original's better. But every artist should always have one
Christmas songs are the best, man. Because every year, you know, you're going to sell something.
That's right.
At least that Christmas song, if it's
Nobody
good
can
enough.
say I need something for the season. I got
Exactly.
it. I got it. I
But
mean,
yeah, we were working on a Christmas song, but I want to do at least 10 or 11 songs on this next CD, and I've got some great ones that I lined up. Of course, I've been experiencing a lot, so you know, it's going to be hopefully a pretty good CD. I got some guys that I'm coming in contact to finish up some of the other tunes, and it's just going to be great, man. It's going to be a really good CD. I think it's going to be a great step up from the one I did before. You always want to just improve.
I can only imagine from the music you recorded already.
Thanks, man.
No, let me ask you this. Where are you playing at this weekend?
This weekend, I'll be in New Braunfels, Texas at the Poorhouse on
Awesome.
Saturday night. So,
Awesome.
yeah, and of course, right now, you can catch us every third Sunday of the month in Lukenbach, Texas, between 1 and 5 on a third Sunday of the month.
There we go.
So every third Sunday down to November, we'll be in Lukenbach, Texas. It's a great time. It's kid-friendly.
With Willie and Waylon and the boys.
With Willie and the Waylon and the boys, man. And it's from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. You can find us there, full band in full effect, and it's a great time down in Lukenbach. If you've never been, take the trip. It's only an hour away from San Antonio if you're in San Antonio. If you're coming in from out of town, go anyway. You got to visit Lukenbach at least once, grab some memorabilia, listen to some music, have a good time.
Any goodbye shout-outs?
Goodbye shout-outs, yes. Mom, hey, you're number one. I love you, Mom. You always got to do that. You always see that on TV, and that's everything to my mom. I love you, Mom. I want anything in the world. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all your love. And to my wife, Jennifer, I love you more than anything in the world, honey. Thank you so much for all your support.
Awesome. Here with Chris Saucedo. Thank you, amigo, for joining me on my morning show. I'm running out of battery and I'm running out of time here. So, look, I tell you what, just to never forget that Double R Radio is 24/7. And, of course, the morning show. Whatever you heard today, you can hear it this evening at 7 p.m. Have an awesome day. Whatever you do, be safe. Bueno, bye.